Is it a good idea to co-sign on a loan? We'll discuss coming up.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back to another Sunday night sit down with His and Her Money. I'm Talent.
And I'm Ty, and we're managing money, marriage, and everything in between.
So, we've been asked, I think on more than one occasion, is it a good idea to be a co-signer on a loan?
And our short answer to that is no.
My answer is...
And our long answer to that is...
Hecky no.
No.
Hecky to the no.
No.
So reason number one is for us, it all starts with what everything for us starts with, and that's the biblical mandate. All throughout the book of Proverbs, the scriptures tell us that signing for a debt for someone else, i.e. a co-signer, is a bad idea. It goes even as far in Proverbs 17 to say that somebody who does that lacks sense. So the Bible speaks kind of loud and clearly as to whether or not this is a good idea. And I gotta, admit, I didn't have a good understanding of this at first because I remember being 18 years old and I was in the Army and I needed a car. And I had the means to pay for the car, i.e. down payment and monthly payment. I could handle all that because I had a job. The problem was I could not get a loan not because I didn't have good credit, it's because I didn't have any credit. Like I had no credit history whatsoever. So they were not willing to give me a loan, most of the places that I went to. So I called home and said, hey, I need a co-signer because I don't have any credit. I called home to my parents. And they was like, no bueno, not happening, no chance, son. I'm like, what do you mean? It's not like y'all got to pay for the car. I'm going to pay for the car. I just don't have no credit. I need somebody to co-sign. That's what they said. And they just weren't having it because they were standing on the word of God as well. And it turned out that I had to go and I had to get an interest rate that wasn't good because I didn't have a credit history. But the point is, even though my parents loved me with all their heart, they knew it wasn't a good idea to be a co-signer because the Bible told them so.
I have a question for you. Was that your first time hearing your parents say that they would not co-sign?
Yeah, I mean, I had no other reason to ask them before.
Right, that's why you asked them, right?
Yeah.
And me, on the other hand, I never even asked my parents to co-sign. And I guess this is the point that I want to drive home to you guys. It is imperative. It is so important that you tell your children early on your standards. I heard growing up all the time, guys, I'm telling you right now, we are not co-signing. Don't act. And by this point, I mean, I don't even know. We were probably 15 years old, 16 years old. We weren't going to go out and buy a car. But our parents kept drilling that in our heads. We will not be co-signing for anybody, for any vehicles or anything, right? So I just took that as the law. So when I was 19, what did I do, guys? I went to the dealership, sat down, purchased my own vehicle, purchased a 1998 Ford Contour, and I came home. I got finance for it, and I came home and I said, Mom and Dad, come outside, come and look at my new car. I will never forget, I can almost still see my mother's face. She had this frozen look on her face. She said, a car? You went out and got a car? And I thought, I was confused, like, well, yeah. Like, I don't know what the big deal is. They were surprised. I think number one, because I didn't tell them. I probably should have. But I didn't think that I really had to because they stressed that there were no co-signing. So I just thought that as long as I was responsible for paying for it, I can go buy it and I want to surprise them. Looking back, I should have told them. But they were like, you got this car? You purchased this? I said, well, yeah. They gave me the loan for it. I had no problems with the loan and actually paid my vehicle off in 13 months because I despised that much. And so my parents, I heard that growing up. We won't be co-signing. So I took it as the law and I didn't even ask them. Where you, on the other hand, you were not told that. So you're right. You went and you asked. So we will tell you guys, tell your loved ones, tell family, tell friends, because not even just your children will ask you to co-sign nowadays. Friends, boyfriends.
Let's go into business
girlfriends, yeah.
Nope.
And it's not just the vehicles, not just the car. Sometimes they want you to open up a credit card and put them on it as a joint signer or authorized user because maybe they're trying to improve credit scores or build credit. Say no, and no.
Say it in Spanish. All right, let me teach you how to say it in Spanish. Ready?
No.
No. There. All right.
So just say no.
And you've witnessed the downside of
Oh,
this, right?
yes. I've known, people who had the desire, had the intent, wanted to pay off certain items and were not able to because whatever the circumstance, maybe they didn't have enough money or whatever happened with their financial status and could not. And it affected the other person who co-signed. And then it was also their debt, and that's another thing. Debt collectors don't look and say, oh, well, that was my son's vehicle or that was my daughter's credit card. No, whoever's name is on it is their credit card as well, too. It's their car loan as well. So you don't want to ruin relationships. So many relationships have been ruined. Thank God I haven't witnessed that personally where a relationship was ruined. But some, that does happen where family members, they don't talk at all, ever. Years go by and never say one word simply because they did not hold up to their end of the bargain. And sometimes circumstances, they weren't able to.
And one of the most common ways that this takes place, and it has really messed up a lot of household financials, is through student loans. A lot of parents are co-signing on their children's loans that they're using to go to college. And then what happens if they don't finish college, if they come out first or second year? And now those loans, if they don't pay them, if they don't have the ability to pay them, not only are they responsible, but you are as well. And even if they make it through and graduate, now they have all these loans, not only them, but you, because you co-sign, and maybe their career, their job doesn't pay as much as they need in order to keep up. So now you're still involved. You're still trying to keep up with the payments. Why? Because you don't want your credit ruined. So,
and that was another thing too. My parents told me growing up, choose the school that you want to go to wisely because I won't be paying for school. So, we heard that growing up as well too. So we had to make decisions not based off what the rest of our friends were doing and, we wanted to go away because it was glamorous or it was fun. We had to make decisions based off the fact that we had to pay them back and pay loans, or not even loans, but pay our college education. And thank God our parents did help us as well too. But majority of our college education, my college education, was paid for by me. And it was all based on because my parents told me early on, look, you're going to have to figure out what you're going to do. So I made a decision to stay in state because the college tuition would be less. So just start having a conversation with your children early on, definitely with your spouse early on, to figure out how you guys plan to help assist your children with schooling. That's a whole nother separate video that we will be coming out with really soon. But all that's important.
So bottom line, there just is not a good scenario where co-signing would be the wise decision.
And matter of fact, we want you guys to leave a comment in this description box or the comment section below. We enjoy reading your comments, and so many other people read them as well too. Tell us some of your stories, whether it be good or bad, of situations.
Give us the details.
Yeah, give us the details of times when maybe you co-signed for someone or someone co-signed for you and it did not turn out the way that you wanted to, and what you would have done differently.
We're all here to learn from each other, so tell us what happened, and so that everybody can learn and see that maybe this might not be such a wise decision.
That's right. All right, guys. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget, visit us over at our website at hisandhermoney.com and meet us back here next Sunday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, where you will see the both of us sharing with you.
And in the meantime, head over to iTunes or Stitcher Radio and check out the His and Her Money Show. We have an awesome podcast there with great content all throughout the week to keep you inspired on your journey to financial freedom. Well, this has been great, guys. Until next time,
bye.
Peace.